Virgo, welcome to your 3-month overview. I hope you're well. I hope you're fabulous. We're going to take a deeper look today at the months corresponding with July, August, September. So this is what you call a baseline. It is not your reading. These are pre-designated slots for energy, okay? For instance, July 7, the Chariot, Cancer season. Get it? 8, August, Strength, Leo season. 9, September, the Hermit, your season, the next 3 months. There you go. And we're also going to take a deeper look at the Sun, which you understand makes you happy. Are you achieving it? Are you on the right track? Are adjustments required? What makes you happy? And are you in there? Are you in that space? Are you achieving that space? The Tower, anything that is unexpected or untoward that we should know about over the next 3 months. And then Judgment, imperative decisions. Ones that we need to make, ones that are brought upon us, lessons, that kind of thing. Okay? But first, we're going to start by pulling you an oracle card. Show me Virgo, please. Show me Virgo over the next 3 months. What is that concentration of energy looking like for Virgo? What is that concentration of energy looking like for Virgo? Focus. Focuses, please, for Virgo. Okay. Couple of thoughts, several thoughts here. We cannot take all of these. The immediate top. You pulled the card of Taurus. Okay, some of you have some very strong Taurus in your chart. It could be connecting to one, but this is meant to be more about you and your focus, not external energies. Okay, but Taurus for some of you, and also the second for any particular month might be important. But here we have the concept of cultivate. Some of you are cultivating your work like crazy right now. I'm pulling this together, I'm pulling that together. I got to make these things happen, I got to make those things happen. We're cultivating resources, ideas, finances, bringing things together in terms of work and or project, that kind of thing. We also have Cancer. Oh my, we are very immersive today, or rather over the next several months. Some of you are at a very heightened, busy period, yeah? Some of you are knee-deep in stuff right now. Oh my goodness, you guys, Virgo. Cancer, immersive. We are all up in that cultivation right now. It's like I am hands-on, 100% Christina. I am 1,000% knee-deep in business right now. I mean, we are having some immersive experiences that are both realistic and then energetically possibly exhausting, but it looks like you have a grip on it. So at the emotional level, you are very, very active, and then in the 3D world, you're also very, very active. That tells me you're quite busy, but hopefully you're happy busy. Very immersive at this time. Saturn, look at your structure to keep you at pace. Okay, make sure that you are disciplined at this time. Have an outline, have a game plan, but make sure that you write everything in pencil because stuff comes up. Okay, so at this time it's critical that yes, you should develop a structure in accordance to that Saturn energy, but also know to be flexible with it as well. Okay, so oh my goodness, you just have so much going on. Some of you are feeling a heightened sense of sensitivity here. A lot of power energy here for you today. Pisces as well. So you could have Pisces, Taurus, Cancer in your chart, and there could be some critical energies surrounding you that are in play with this as well. But it's also feeling a little bit sensitive at this time. And I think between all these activities, stuff coming up, you seem to be very involved in all of this, very much so. It's going to hit you on the emotional level. Just try to keep that structure. Try to keep yourself in the frame, okay? What we call the frame of existence. This is what my boundaries are, and I'm going to work within that frame to the best of my context. However, I also know that at times I need to be flexible. So, oh my goodness, honey, your preoccupation looks like it's through the roof over the next several months. Just try to keep yourself on a schedule. Try to keep yourself on track. And there's going to be times when you're going to have emotional heightened awareness, emotional sensitivities. It looks like you just have a lot going on, energetically as well as in the 3D. Those two seem to be merging for you at this time. Oh my goodness, so much going on, honey. So much going on. Let's say July. Show me July. Dare I look? Show me please. Show me July. And that's a lot of energy, by the way. So that's likely carrying over from June. In fact, I dare say the bulk of that energy is coming in from June, likely rolling over into July. We'll see. Especially as we enter Cancer season. Emotions come up quite a bit, and there's a certain resolve there to work through the more difficult emotions that we have with people. Okay. Show me. And the Cancer season is a good time for that, by the way. There might be some Emotional harmonization, that's critical during July as well. With what or with who, I could not say, but for many of you, it will be after your dedicated work period, busy periods. Show me July, please, for Virgo. Show me July, please, for Virgo. Show me. Show me July, please, for Virgo. Show me July for Virgo. What's going on, please, for Virgo in July? Oh my goodness, all that energy, honey. I have that very strong feeling for you that when things come down, and they really won't start to come down until July, that's when the emotions start to relax, but it's scattered. Have to clean things up. Oh my goodness, so much going. The Empress, highly productive. Yeah. You're killing it. You're killing it, babe. You're fucking killing it. As I was just saying, I think you hit what I call, this is my phrase, critical mass. It looks like you hit critical mass in June. Okay. And it's coming down in July. It is winding down. Okay. But you feel good. I don't know what you did, but you killed it. It's great. You were highly productive. It looks like anyone who was involved in whatever this is did their part. They did it well. You're an old hat at this with the Seven of Pentacles. So July for you, I see the energy winding down. And you look, job well done. Fuck yeah. That's what you look like to me. So the Empress, the Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles. This is all hands on deck. Okay. And we have the person here who is largely in charge. So the Empress, of course, is the most productive card in tarot. She produces. You think it's the Emperor, but it's actually the feminine energy, okay? I am producing this, I am producing this, I am producing this, and that's associated with the life force. So many of you are heavily immersed in that 3D world between June and July. I don't know if it'll carry over in August, but it looks like I said it's coming down. It's old hat energy, Seven of Pentacles. You've done this before. Some of you, this is what you might call your annual crunch. And we have lots of cooperation from multiple people. I think everybody did their parts. The energy's coming down. We're dividing up the fruits of our labor here. It's like we're back to the... It's post-energy. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just post-energy. Okay. We're comfortable. We're relaxed, knowing that everything went well. We pulled everything off. We produced what we needed to produce, and everybody's going like, yay. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It looks beautiful, and it directly coincides with July. So whatever peaked prior to this, killed it. Everybody seems to be happy. Everybody did their parts. The cooperation's in place, and now we're tallying our efforts, monetary benefits, the roles that we specifically play in that Three of Pentacles energy, cooperation. It's not friendship here, guys. This is work. This is straight up work function. But I just know that you are very pleased, and you are starting to relax. We've cultivated our goods. We've cultivated our 3D energy. And many things are still in play, but it's winding down. Okay? It is winding down. Is there anything else, please, about July? That's great. Job well done. It looks like everybody's happy. You are too. Very relaxed. You're like, oh, another one bites the dust. Another year down. Another year down. It's another year down. Yep. Yeah, for some of you, it looks like June or July is your annual crunch period. Okay. Anything else, please, about July for Virgo? Anything else, please? But you did great. You look great, honey. You look great. You are very pleased with the results and efforts. It looks like everyone is. Again, there's a very critical sense of all hands on deck. Okay, as we wind down, we're telling the goods, we're telling the efforts, we're taking a look at things. This is where we went well, this is where we didn't do so well, this is how we can fix it for next year, so on and so forth. But the energy is literally winding this thing down. Okay, anything else, please? Six of Swords, the Hierophant, Ten of Wands. Yeah. You're exiting that. You're exiting this. Whatever this is, the energy is starting to come down considerably. So I'm telling you. Here I have the representation of pre-existing energy for June. You hit stride, okay? Which just means, again, you went from energetic crisis to bringing it down. There was a lot of pressure here. There's a lot of strain. But with the Hierophant, he's like, I got it. Again, you might have some very strong Taurus in your chart. So here we are moving past the point of strain as you enter July. Like I said, some of us are good at our jobs. I mean, you know. That's it. So there you go. It's looking like job well done. Very good. Very good. I'm seeing again more to do with the work world, monetary project work, but most of it proceeded in June. And as soon as you got out of June, you started to exit the strain and the difficulty. This is somebody's burden of choice. In other words, they choose to do this. So that means that's why you know it was expected of you. And that's why it also feels like old, predictable energy, because you've been through it before. So like I said, June or July, you knew this was coming, or it's your annual crunch. And that happens for a lot of folks. They have what you call a heightened sense of busyness, or like I said, energetic mass. Okay, there you go. Like for me, my energetic mass is about Thanksgiving to Christmas, because I have all the lovely responsibility of holidays plus work wrapped up into a nice little ball of, oh my God. So that's my energetic crunch every year without fail. There you go. Good job. Job well done. It's coming down. I like that. Very good. There's Mr. Hierophant. I got this. It sucks, but I got this. Good job. Very good. That's great. All right. Show me what we're going to just call it. It's August, but you know, Leo season. Show me this. Show me August. Show me August, please, for Virgo. Show me August, please. Show me August, please. There's still some tidy up things. Some of you, by the way, will be up for a renewal contract. There's a contemplation here about renewal of efforts. Some employees are staying, some are going. I don't know where that's coming from, but I see a couple of folks dropping off that contributed this year, but they don't plan to contribute next year. I don't know that you're necessarily one of them. But I see some folks kind of falling off. They were the part of the all hands on deck experience, but they won't be back next year. I don't know where that's coming from. There will be new people gained in that work arena and others lost. But there's one or two energies that are dropping off. It doesn't look like it's a concern. You know, it's normal. It's part of the normal work cycle, but there's a couple energies that were hands on deck that are fading out. I don't know. Okay. Show me August, please. Show me August, please, for Virgo. Show me August, please, for Virgo. Show me August, please. Somebody, there's an intern. Somebody there is an intern. Big smile. Big smile. Big smile. There's something surrounding that person's energy. It seems positive. Okay, show me August, please. Strength over Leo season. Knight of Cups, Ten of Cups. Oh, I don't know what you're doing, but it looks soft and it looks lovely, and it's coming from strength of heart. It's funny because it's literally in Leo season that you pulled strength over strength, which is great. Some of you, that's confirmation. You might have some very strong critical placements in Leo. So I don't quite know what you're doing, but I see your heart space going outside of you. So the Knights, they are responsible for delivering our fire, our actions, our strength outside of us. And here we have Leo season. Somewhere around there, which again is late July to late August. So it's overlapping, which makes sense. Okay. I see you talking to somebody, and it looks good. It looks harmonious. Yeah, it looks harmonious. It's coming across directly as July. You can't screw it up. I don't know who you're talking to, but it feels good. You're emotionally harmonizing with somebody. It looks soft and intended, and it looks tender, like it's coming from a strong place in you. It's like, I got to do this. And that's beautiful. It's a beautiful energy. I admire that a great deal. It takes strength sometimes to speak from the heart, but so long as it's honest and it looks honest, then that's all that matters. So I don't know who you're emotionally harmonizing with, but it's beautiful. Could be a water sign. Doesn't have to be. We also I'm saying that Leo coming from within you though, but it's beautiful. I don't know who you're talking to on the emotional level, but it seems to accurately represent your heart in some way. This is what I'm expressing from a heart space. So yeah, can't say I'm surprised after this kind of clears up and it starts to come down. Like I see that overlap between late July into early August. where I see you getting more on the personal side. I don't know who you're expressing yourself to or what you're saying. The Knight of Cups can be very romantic, but at the core of his essence, the Knight of Cups is about the expression of love, to some way, to some degree. And the objective here is to emotionally harmonize, either with one person or a couple of people. I don't know. The Ten of Cups is a variety of people who measure up in our life in some way. So I don't know. I don't know, but it looks beautiful. And I'm very happy for you if that's the case. I don't know. You could be making peace with somebody. This is a good time for that when we get into Cancer Leo season. That's always, I think we talked about that already. I don't know if it's romantic or if you're just speaking from the heart. And it looks to me, generally speaking, honey, it looks like you're speaking from the heart to somebody. It may not be romantic, but for some of you, it's a very strong emotional gesture that's true to you. You know? For others of you, maybe it's coming towards you, but again, I'm defaulting to you. It's looking like your expression's going outside of you. Okay. Anything else, please, about August? Anything else, please, about August? Anything else, please? It's nice to see your soft side. It is. It's not. It's in there, honey. It's in there. It takes a lot to coax it. I'm gonna coax it out of you. That's not right. It's not right. It's not a coax Virgo. That's not quite right. You have to be in a position where you can feel you can open up, and that can be a process for you. You know, that can be a process for earth signs, but very much so you. It's like sometimes you take your feelings to such a deep place, even you're like, I don't remember where I put them. You know, it's like, I don't remember where I thought I left them over here that one time, but now they're not there, and I have to start all over. So it can take you a minute, but you get there, and that's the point, you know? Okay. Point is that it looks like you're speaking authentically, and that's all I care about. I don't know who, I don't know what the subject matter is, I just know that this is coming from me. Okay? Page, yeah, you see, I see you opening up your heart just a little bit. See, the Knight of Cups doesn't have to be all that, guys. Again, it's the emotional energy just leaving us. It goes outside of us, the Knights do. And it's just a little bit of Page of Cups. But it makes you so happy. Oh my goodness, you got a response. Oh, look at you, you just lit the hell up. You just lit up, honey. Oh my God, you just, you're like, yay, it worked. That's almost the literal translation. Look at you. You're like, oh my God, it's so cute. Who are you talking to? I just love this. You're radiating, honey. You're radiating. You got a response. You didn't just get a response. You got the response. I don't know what it is that you did. We're like, okay, I need strength of heart for this. Emotions? It's kind of like that because it's vulnerability. You know, some of the tarot readers completely dismiss that side of the Knight of Cups as vulnerability. It takes us a minute sometimes for some folks to be like, it's not easy for me to be vulnerable. It's really hard for me to say this, what I'm about to say, but Page of Cups. And the response is yes. And you look at that, look at that. You are smiling. You are so freaking happy. I don't know what response you got, honey, but it's working. Literally, it's working. This is great. So, by the way, I see many people rejoicing, most likely in some part of it in effort to what you achieved back here. Again, job well done. You got through it. You're shining. You're the Empress. You were fruitful and productive once more. I am seeing a talk about a continuation of contracts. This pleases you. I did see a couple of folks, their hands were here and now they are drifting backwards. Okay, that happens. And I know part of it is celebratory based on this. The emotional recognition for many people, but there is someone in here specifically that it's like, yay, it worked. That just makes you so happy. It's coming from a cooperative. I'm not saying it is work. I'm not. Eight of Pentacles, because all the emotionality that preceded it, that's why. It's looking like whoever it is that you kind of put your heart out there to in some small miserable way, you got a brilliant response and it's sunshine and happiness. Look at that. And they're like, yeah, okay, yeah. and they want to work through something with you, and it's a joyous response. So you softening up, saying whatever it is that you needed to say from the heart, it did its job. Look at you, you're killing it. Killing it! Virgo, honey. Oh my God. I almost teared up a little bit. I'm so happy your reaction was... is the sun, honey. It's the happiest fucking card in the deck. The way you lit up is beautiful. It's magnificent. I love seeing that for you. The way you lit up. Oh my God, I love it. See, a little bit of vulnerability can go a long way. Oh no, just a little bit of that emotional expression, so long as it's sincere. If it took strength for you to do it, who cares? The point is that means it was sincere, it was authentic, and you can't fake that. It's either real or it isn't. You either know your feelings and you want to express them, or you don't. And you're saying, yeah, I do. And I don't know what you said. I don't know, but the response is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. So it's looking like, I don't know what the Eight of Pentacles is to you, but it made you joyous. That you got a response, and it seems positive, and somebody's like, yeah, okay. See, sometimes it pays to open up. It pays to be vulnerable. You know, it's beautiful. I don't know who's in there working with you, but they're a little busy bee too, honey. Let me tell you, they don't fuck around either. They've got some intense working energy around them. But they seem to have what looks like a positive and bright disposition. Hard worker, that kind of thing. Very good. Let's check out your birth season. This is so great. Yay. I'm saying that just a straight up Leo season, which again, late July to late August. And that's great because that's what you call town and gown. Okay. Right in next door to Cancer season. So that looks like it's a really good flow through here. Good, good, good. I like how this eases up and you're like, okay, back to some emotions. That's so you. That's so you. That's so you. It's like, work is done. Now I can look at my emotions. That's great. That is so Virgo. That is so Virgo, the way you can compartmentalize like that. All right, show me. Show me your birth season. What's going on, Major Tom? Show me. Show me the Hermit. Show me September. Show me September. Show me September. Show me September. Yeah, so that's what it was. That's what it was, baby. I fucking called it. Dang. Well, I didn't call it. Spirit called it. But, you know, I have a little energy flow through. It's called intuition. So that would explain it. There's that cultivation and immersion, 3D world energy, Saturn. It would behoove you to have more structure at this time. Your game plan, just make sure everything's written in pencil in case you need to erase things and adjust accordingly. But then I saw the sensitivity thing. I was like, where's that coming from? The Knight of Cups is technically a Pisces card. So it's not. I don't know that you're necessarily communing with Pisces. It's the sensitivity, the vulnerability. After all that, after your cultivation with that Taurean energy, this is mine. I got it. I'm not knocking on Taurus. I love Taurus energy. It's just, it can be so blunt, I suppose. But that's fixed signs for you. Okay, show me the Hermit. September. Show me a happy birthday for Virgo. Show me, what kind of cake do you like, honey? Cookie, treat. I'm not really sure what that Virgo energy looks like in terms of sweets. I've been trying to do a little happy birthday for everybody this year. And so far, it's been great. But what is a good Virgo treat? I do not know. I don't know. What is a good Virgo treat? Carrot cake? I like a good carrot cake. That's good. All right, King of Cups. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Okay. We're feeling very good, very strong. I got some Scorpio Aries energy here. Doesn't have to be. But somebody here who is showing me self-empowerment. You feel, and I'm assuming that's you, get into your reading, okay? I do see you having conversations with somebody, and it feels right. I don't know much more than that, but it feels right. It feels correct. It feels empowering. Your particular structure, form, and sense of self are standing up, doing right. You seem to be communicating effectively from your heart, and it makes you feel empowered, as it should. When we speak from our heart, in other words, our truth, we feel correct. We feel very correct. This Emperor is saying that he can speak from his heart with full strength of conviction. You're being very honest with somebody, very bold, and it feels right. You're not denying anything. You're being very claiming in something, in some way, energetically. You're being claiming about who you are, what you're about, what you're feeling, and it makes you feel fantastic. You know, this is one of the better positions I've seen of the Emperor in a long time. Somebody who feels like they are standing tall in their power because they're not denying any parts of who they are. There's an emotional sense in you that says this feels correct. There's a little bit of waiting here, but I'm seeing communication in between that, and it feels right. It's interesting. You seem to be very much at peace and in full strength of who you are by your birth season. I don't quite know who's influencing your heart space, but they seem to be very joyous in working things with you, through you, around you, in connection with you. I don't quite know what it is. You might have made your peace with somebody, buried the hatchet, I don't know, but I just know it started with you being emotionally vulnerable a little bit. I don't know what you spoke from the heart space, honey. I just know that because it was authentic and it was a good representation of who you are, well, it did its job. When we speak authentically, when we express ourselves authentically, you get authentic results, and you can't put a price on that. It's beautiful. So I don't know who you're talking to. There's some periods in between that. That's all right. It's still active. It's not non-active like the Two of Swords or the Two of Pentacles. Two of Wands is still active, even if there is some time in between communications. It's still there. But you're really standing into your heart, and you're really standing into your own particular presence. You feel like you, with the strongest version of you, the most in-touch version of you, you know? And that's beautiful. Anything else, please? Happy birthday, Virgo. Yes, happy birthday, Virgo. Okay. Anything else, please, about September? Anything else, please, about September? Happy birthday, Virgo. What's up? Okay. Seven of Cups. Oh. Queen of Wands. Wow. I got some heavy Scorpio energy here. It does not have to be. That's interesting. I am fascinated with this. That is absolutely fascinating. There's an absence of love coming from another direction. I can't see it. I don't know. But there's also fire here. Aries, Leo, Sag. Somebody's saying they're not an option in love, or they're not available in love. And yet I have a King of Cups here rocking a huge heart space. Somebody, I don't know who this is. I can't see it. I'm sorry. I might clarify it further. I might see it further down here. But somebody's saying that they are not an option in love. One person is emotionally very strong and a parent. They show up boldly for you. In other words, they know they love you. But they're also saying they're not an option in love. Or this is someone else altogether. Not the person whom we are making peace with and working things through with. That's so much sun. This could be someone else altogether who's saying that they are not there emotionally. They're not emotionally supportive. That's a bit blunt to see death over Seven of Cups like that. It happens. Somebody's saying they're not an option in love, but they're also saying they're just not emotionally available either, which is unusual. Because I have somebody here whom you're talking with, even if it's only on occasion, that feels very right. And then I have someone else altogether that says, oh, my heart space isn't available to you like that. I don't know it's necessarily the same person. There might be someone else who's a little emotionally vacant. not emotionally supportive. Could be a fire sign. Doesn't have to be. I don't know. Let's keep going. I'm not convinced that they're necessarily the same person. Because someone can love you, absolutely, and connect with you for the right reasons, out of love, yes. Work things through you, with you, around you, for love, for the right reasons. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they are an option in love. So, for some of you, this is another energy altogether that's not emotionally present. Or they're still absent in some way. I don't know. Because this person, by all rights, says they're showing up for you because they know they want to and they know they love you. It's interesting. Let's keep going. We'll see if we can see more on this segment. I can't get a feel for that at all, which is unusual. That's why it makes me feel like it's not the same person, because this person over here, their energy is so, well, I mean, it's so transparent. It's so very transparent. This feels fuzzy and undefined. So I don't know who that is. It doesn't feel emotionally supportive to me. This person has a very strong emotional support system attached to them. The one that you would like to extend yourself to. This person, no. It's almost like a side note. I can't define it. If you know who they are, then you know who they are. I don't feel the support from this person at all. This person, very supportive, loves you a great deal, wants to work things with you, through you, around you, because it feels incredibly right to them. And it took you being open to get that going. But then there's something over here like PS side note. There's someone here who shows the opposite energy, not emotionally supportive. So I don't think it's the same person, honey. Show me the sun, please. Part of your sun was to open up towards someone, excuse me. And the response is brilliant. Very happy, very pleased. So, on that split, I just noticed the Knights of Pentacles for some of you. Knights of Pentacles, some of you have been slowly making your way towards a soul bond. Okay. Show me that sun, please. So what else is your sun? Show me that sun, please, for Virgo. Show me that sun, please, for Virgo. Show me that sun, please, for Virgo. You have a beautiful summer. I'm feeling that summer energy too, honey. Show me that sun, please, for Virgo. Show me that sun, please, for Virgo. Show me that sun, please, for Virgo. Tower. Shifting. Seven of Swords. Five of Wands. Okay. Okay. There is something here that you really were convinced is your sun, and you're like, nope, I was fighting that. That's a lost cause. It was like you were telling yourself, something here makes me happy. No, it doesn't. Fuck that. That doesn't make me happy at all. And you fought yourself on this particular subject for a long time. There was kind of like, I'm not going to acknowledge that. I'm not going to acknowledge that. I'm not going to acknowledge that. And you can't make me. You're right. No one can make you acknowledge anything that you don't want to. Not me, not spirit, not auntie, slapping you in the face saying, Virgo, pay attention. No. You ever heard me use the phrase Virgoville? That is when Virgo checks out. There was something here that Virgo was hardcore checking out from, and it has to do with the sun. This is you convincing yourself, that doesn't make me happy. And I dare to tell you, I dare you to tell me otherwise, Christina. I dare to tell you. Something else there to tell you too. The universe, most likely. It was something here where you're like, that doesn't make me happy. 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 If I keep saying it, eventually I'll believe it. That doesn't make me happy. That doesn't make me happy. That doesn't make me, I don't want that. So whatever that was, the Seven of Swords is no really pretty way to address it. It's sidestepping, avoiding, I don't want to deal with it, dropping it like a hot potato. And then it would cause conflict. Every time you tried to leave something behind forcefully, you didn't want to recognize it with the Tower. Something or someone, that doesn't make me happy and I'm not going to deal with it. Every time you tried to do that, you would fight yourself. And there were create conflict in you because it was a lie. Seven of Swords, Five of Swords is a lie. Depending on, you know, what it's about, the context of it, it can run to various degrees. Everybody goes through Seven of Swords. Everyone goes through Five of Swords. And if you say you don't, you're a liar. That's it. If you're a human, if you're alive, you've had a lie like this, where it's like, that doesn't mean shit to me. That don't make me happy. It don't. Tower, Virgo. No. And then every time you acted like, that ain't shit to me, it would cause conflict in you. Five of Wands. Because you knew it was a contradiction. You did. You knew it was a contradiction. Which is good. That means your conscience was fighting you. That's good. That means, you know, it was a lie that we were telling ourselves for whatever reason that you had, but there was some recognition in you that was false or not true. So that's actually healthy. That's a healthy kind of conflict. It's just when we have to lie to ourselves like that, and then if you're not showing me conflict, then that means you're not allowing the good side of you to come through. Who was it? Somebody had it in their intimate tarot not too long ago. Their sexual energy was 100% skewed in a lie, and it was not healthy. It was very concerning. In fact, it might have been yours. I'm not quite sure. It was Five of Swords, Seven of Swords. That's somebody who actually willfully believed their lies, and they have no guilty conscience about it. You were trying to tell yourself over and over again, something or someone does not make me happy, and I insist upon it. But every time you tried to make yourself believe it, it just caused conflict. I would love to know what that is. I don't know if it's necessarily related to this particular sun, but it could be. It's something... Cheeky, you're so cheeky. Page of Swords, the Sun. It's like, I'm not watching that. That don't make me happy. That sun is not my sun, Christina. I'm not looking at it. I'm not doing nothing with it. It means nothing. Methinks the lady doth protest too much. You know, the more we have to tell ourselves something is true or isn't true, the more of a Seven of Swords it is. Or Five of Swords. What else plays about that? I want to know what it is that you were so like, nah. It could be that sun, honey. You get that happy response, joyous. You put yourself out there. You're like, okay, fine. I'll be vulnerable. I'll open it up. I'll say this. And the sun came out. And you just started smiling. You couldn't help yourself. What's in this sun, please? Missy, now you just got me curious. You shouldn't do that, honey, because I get curious. And once I start getting curious, I start looking at shit. But then again, that's what I do. Ace of Swords, the King of Wands, the Three of Pentacles. Ah! Yeah. Stop it. No, I'm giving you a hard time, honey. I can't help it. I'm giving you a hard time because I appreciate that ping pong activity that you went through. You know, block, nope. And that was you playing ping pong with yourself. Like, nope, that doesn't make me happy. That doesn't make me happy. That doesn't, nope. And then a part of you would get pissed off because you knew it wasn't true. So that's good. That means you had a healthy recognition of your conflict, and that's good. That means you're more of a conscionable human being, which is great. And you should be. You're the hermit. That's what you do. I'm not saying you don't cause yourself conflict or self-sabotage. What I'm saying is it takes you a minute to unravel things. Okay? That's just your process. Like I said, Ace of Swords, the King of Wands, the Three of Pentacles. The truth is, we want to cooperate with this person. The truth is, we want to work things out with a friend. We'll call them a friend for now. I do believe this is the person whom we're trying to reestablish a strong connection with, one that's productive with that Eight of Pentacles. And we have some truths here. I'm not saying that they're not pretty truths. I'm not saying that they're loving truths, but there's some truths in you. And once we address it, your confidence goes ways up. And I think that's because naturally of the response that you were getting, that you did the correct thing or you did the right thing. And you had to overcome this sense of, I have to fight what makes me happy. I have to deny what makes me happy. When we stop doing that, do you see how much more smoother your energy gets? Okay, once you allow yourself to acknowledge the truth here. Some of you have some very strong Leo in your chart, or prominent Leo. And at Three of Pentacles here, we want to cooperate, open up the lines of communication. So you stop denying here what would make you happy. It's looking like reestablishing the lines of a connection, and it starts with emotions first. Okay? You're like, I don't want that. Fuck that friend. Fuck that friend. I'm going to make peace with him. Yeah, then why does it feel like it's causing you so much tension? The more to deny that. It would make you very happy to work things out with this friend, but you have to know that first. You have to allow yourself to know that first. You have to allow yourself to recognize it first. But it comes from a good, strong, loving space in you. It's looking like emotional cooperation with this person, emotional harmony. Okay? I think this is someone who constitutes something to do with your emotional grounding principles in your life. One of many, but that particular cup you want to fix things with. And it does require you reaching out and saying something from the heart. And it's beautiful, and I applaud you for that. But yeah, the response is, yeah, okay. If that's how you feel, Virgo, if that's really how you feel, yeah, I can work with that. Their heart space shows up strongly. They're not full of shit. They're very sincere in their feelings, okay? So I'm very curious about this. Very good. The Tower, anything that is unexpected or untowards we should know about. 4. It's funny, this is your own particular tower that you were fighting, that whatever this is doesn't make you happy. Yes, it does. So are there any other towers outside of that dynamic, please? Any other towers, please? Outside. You got an interesting summer, honey. You got an interesting summer here. It's looking good. It's looking productive. You are coming out of what looks like a heightened, very heightened, busy period. And even you're like, whew, I got this. Yeah, you do. You got it. You got a stubborn streak in you too, honey. You got a stubborn streak, but it works for you. Show me that tower. Show me that tower, please. Any other towers that Virgo should know about? Any other towers, please, that Virgo should know about? The Chariot, 8 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so that tower for you has come back time and again in terms of, I want to move forward, but there's a break here. I don't know what to do with it. And that's part of your particular tower. I've seen it here now twice. I thought it might be a different tower. No, it's in sync. It's in sync with each other. So here we have the, I don't have to fix anything, Christina. You know why? Because that friend or whatever they are, they're not sun. They don't make me happy. No, no, no. And when we stop doing that, okay, when we stop denying that making peace with them would make us deliriously happy, the sun's a little bit more than, hi, I feel good today. It's, okay, I really want this. That simple acknowledgement. It ties back to this tower in terms of moving forward, particularly here as it relates to Cancer season. Okay, so that is late June to late July, and that would completely explain the rollover energy I'm seeing. Once you understand that, yeah, to make peace with this situation or whatever it is important to you and that it would indeed make you happy, that's when your energy stops fighting it and you're like, okay, how? How do I move forward in this? I don't know how. I can't see it. I feel stuck. Yeah, I want to move forward. Yeah, I want to address the tower. Yeah, how do I do it, Christina? Well, it seems to me you already figured it out. Come August, you deploy your Knight of Cups. Like I said, so long as you're saying this is how I really feel about this, this is, you know, the success speaks for itself. It does. You know, something's either real for you or it isn't. Something's either authentic to you or it is. You see what happens when your energy is inauthentic. You fight yourself. But at least you're aware of it to some extent, which is good. You're not in complete denial about it. And when it fights itself, you get messy results. Once you consolidate your energy into knowing what it is you want to do and how you want to clear that particular path with that person, at least bare minimum cooperate, you see how smooth your energy gets? So don't worry so much about the how. You'll figure it out. I know I'm looking at a very practical Virgo. I know that you like to have things squared away. I know you like to have structure in place, especially in the stuff you know is predictable and it's worked for you. But emotions aren't like this, right? And that's why it's taken you a minute to readdress this. And that's why it's taken you a minute to understand that this is valuable to you as whole. And it's taken you a minute to understand that this indeed makes you happy. And when you stop fighting yourself, things will fall into place. I promise, honey. The logistics of the when, where, why, how, what do I say, what the fuck, all of that will fall into place. Okay? It's a tower that you are addressing. You're going to deny it at first, and you have been. But eventually you're going to turn around and address it and look at it for yourself. Who this is to you, I don't know. Their emotional response makes me strongly suspect that they are water-oriented. Someone who takes pride in the strength of their heart, and therefore their convictions. They only do things through the sincerity of their feeling, which is very trademark water sign. So I know that they have good feeling for you, otherwise they wouldn't be showing you that much sincerity. There's a structure between you two that feels right when and if things are expressed appropriately. Okay? And in between that, there's this concept of the sun that you both share. A sense of happiness that you both experience. And there is a sense of high cooperation between you two when things are flowing right. So I don't want you to worry so much about the who, what, when, where, why, how, blah. When you finally get to that point where you can say, okay, this is how I feel. And whatever that context of whoever this means to you, it'll be fine. Yeah, trust that. I don't need to clarify it further. I see you deny the tower, and then I see you turning around and addressing it, which is great. That's when your energy starts to stand upright. It's like, okay, those are directly related. I don't want you to fuss and worry about it. It'll happen. You will figure it out when you understand emotionally what it is you are prepared to say, only if it's true. That's it. Okay? Let it be. It'll be all right. You have to trust it. The lines of communication will open back up so long as we are speaking sincerely. Just speak from a place of comfort, honey. You're already headed in that direction. You've been feeling it. Eight of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, that's you. You're like, okay, it's time. There's that sense to emotionally harmonize. It started to pick up for you in Cancer season, didn't it? And it's going to solidify in Leo season. Damn. Even I'm like, God, I'm good sometimes. You felt it coming. The High Priestess. There's that sun. There's that sun. Yeah. Underneath that sun's the Seven of Cups. This one's different. It's I don't know who this is. Okay. But it's not this person we're patching things up with. I got somebody here who says they're not emotionally supportive. Or they're pulling away emotionally. I have somebody else here who says, no, no, no. They know how they feel about you. There they are. King of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. This person is very confident about, it's more than confidence. It's about somebody who acts literally through the heart, and that's why they are successful. Because that's their modus operandi. This person cheers. Cheers. Why did I say cheers? I say cheers all the time. I don't know why I just said that. I say cheers all the time. For some of you, that was confirmation. This is somebody who acts through their heart and is very confident about that, and that's just who they are. Some people act principally through their fire or their mind or their pentacle. This person acts through the heart, and they've been very successful in this regard. Their heart space is open. Somebody else over here, I don't know who the hell that is, but it's making me uncomfortable. Who is that? Somebody's feelings are fading out, or they're just not there. I don't know. Show me Judgment. But yeah, no, it's not the same person. That's something different. Show me Judgment. Show me Judgment. Show me Judgment. Show me Judgment. Decisions, timings, lessons. Decisions, timing, lessons. Decisions, timing, lessons. Decisions, timing, and lessons, please, for Virgo. Yep. It's pretty straightforward otherwise. Page of Swords, the Lovers. Oh, you thought you were going to sneak that one by me, huh? Mm-hmm. You thought you were just going to sneak that one by me. Virgo. No. Oh, Virgo. Virgo. What am I going to do with you? You knew this was like a matter of time, right? Like you just knew this was a matter of time. Even Judgment, Spirit, Universe is like, Virgo, you knew this was a matter of time, right? It was a matter of time. I don't know what this person will be to you in the long term, but it's kind of like the universe's way of pointing you with a stick saying, you know, this person's always like there, right? It was just a matter of time before you open back up to this case. Whatever. That's what it is, isn't it? It's kind of like you wanted this to be a cold case. I don't care about it. I don't care about it. I don't care. I don't care. I'm over it. I'm over it. I know you tried to believe that, bless you, honey, but you didn't. It caused you too much conflict when you tried to force that mentality or adopt it. It wasn't working because it wasn't true. And bless you, because you allowed yourself to finally be open to the fact that that's not who you are. That's not what you're about. And you didn't want to leave this, whatever the... And here's why. There is a very strong soul connection here, and it's well-founded with that Ten of Pentacles. You two have known each other a long time. Perhaps you built a foundation together. And I did see a steady principle between you two. It's like we know when we are on, we know how to cooperate. We produce very, very well, right? Emotionally, yeah. There's a spiritual element here too. And there's some really strong functioning 3D energy attached to you both as well. I think you both are part of a greater extent of a community. I think you're both immersed in it. I think you are both very familiar with it. I think you both have contributed to very similar structures, if not overlapping structures, at the same place at the same time. That's in the real world. Spiritually speaking, I do believe you two are highly bonded in ways that probably don't make sense to either one of you. You keep saying they're a friend, kind of, with a really big heart. You know that they love you. And it makes you deliriously fucking happy to have them as an element of sun in your life. It's a little bit more than a friendship, but it's not full-on courting either. It's somewhere in between that this could have massive potential for you both later. Perhaps just not right now. And the Page of Swords, it's kind of like, I know you tried to keep a low eye on this or not try to give it too much energy, but the fact of the matter is, Judgment's here is saying, like, you know this is part of your life, right? Virgo. Virgo, honey. Real talk. You know this is part of your life, right? Not just at the spiritual level and the emotional level, as implies the Lovers, which has to be chosen in order to keep it. But it's also realistically 3D, highly compatible. And there's a loyalty element to it that perhaps only makes sense to you both. A dedication to principles. You have a lot of similar causes. A lot of similar respect for concepts of loyalty, dedication, hard work, diligence, but you both share this aspect of the roots that touch many lives. You're both influential in some way. Straight up, you two share the same community. I don't think distance is an issue between you two. I don't. I think you have a lot of strong overlapping principles, and they literally take place in a very similar arena. You both constitute a strong sense of community endeavors, and you both make a major difference in a lot of people's lives. And you two, in that respect, are very, very similar. But what I really like is Judgment's like, Virgo, honey, you know this is supposed to be part of your life, right? Like, you figure it out. Figure out how to cooperate with it. It's supposed to be in your life. What the long term of that is, I don't know. But it's beautiful, or at least it has a sense of prosperity attached to it. Very much so. I'm only looking at the next couple of months, but Judgment's like, this is supposed to be in your life. You may not be able to see the full extent of it yet, because Page of Swords is a little guy, and that's huge energy. It's not just spiritual, it's also 3D. He can't fully appreciate how vast this is from his position. But Judgment is like, there's a reason why you're not done with this. It has a larger part to play. And it's always going to be part of your life in some way. You can't see it all yet, but just know it's supposed to be there. Your inclination to fight this off and to reject it, the reason why you're having such a hard time with it is because you know this means so much more to you than just making peace with it, right? So I don't know who that is, but it's a very strong bond, and it's beautiful. The Lovers in Old School Tarot is originally called the Choice. In order to keep it, you have to choose it. It can be one of the most complicated relationship structures or connections you can possibly have, because it will challenge you. It will challenge you on your fears, and it will challenge you on your joys. You think you know what makes you happy? It challenges you. You think you know what love is? it challenges you. You think you know what spiritual connectivity is? That'll challenge you too. The Lovers will make you question every conceivable thing you thought you knew about what you think makes you happy, what you think love is, what you think spiritual connectivity is, what you think sex is, all of it. It will challenge the shit out of you. And the Judgment's like, you don't know everything there is to know yet. But it's supposed to be in your life. You should know that by now. Something like that. It's a little cheeky. But that's spirit. Where are we on time? Oh, yeah. Well, that's not too bad. Now this, I don't... What is this? Somebody's emotional energy is not supportive. I don't know why they're showing me this. It doesn't seem to be related to this scenario at all. What is that? That's bothering me. I can't tell if it's a person or if it's a metaphor. What is this? I'm going to dig a little deeper on that. It is coming across like a side note. I don't quite know how else to explain it. What is this? Death, 7 of Cups. Queen of Wands. Somebody's not emotionally supportive. Someone's not emotionally available. Someone's shut down emotionally. There's a lack of love coming from somebody. There's a lack of love coming from... Lack of respect of feeling. What is this? They don't care about how I feel. What is this? What is the 7 of Cups and Death? What is all this? Who is this? What is this? Who is this? What is this? It could be a metaphor. I'll get back to that thought. Hold on. That's... Me, given my background, I think this is fascinating. It's a lesson. It's a little bit of a lesson. It's a little bit of a lesson. It's a little bit of a metaphor. That would explain why it's a side note. I couldn't see it as a solid figure. Perhaps it is. It could be that somebody's love energy is fading from you and it disappoints you. You see, you showed me what gave it away here is this Emperor figure. So we already saw the Emperor. When it comes to whatever this is that's fading out, or someone is not lovingly supportive, or they don't care about your feelings, or their love energy is just not available, it hurts you greatly. Disappointed. Heavily. But the Emperor being the Emperor in juxtaposition with that 4 of Cups says, I can't show it, I'm the Emperor. I cannot show that I'm hurt. I cannot show that I'm disappointed. I have to be in control. People are looking at me. I cannot show that I'm disappointed with whatever the situation is. I'm not allowed to. And it's almost like saying there's nothing I can do about it. I am disappointed in this person's love energy, but I can't personally show that I'm affected by it. In comparison to, guess when I saw the Emperor, when he was much more relaxed and happy with whomever he's communicating with the King of Cups here. Different contrast, isn't it? That's why it's not the same person. And this is more so your energy being relaxed and feeling full and confident, at least where it comes to this person's energy. Now I go back over here, there is a metaphor. There is something about here that it could be a singular person's energy that says it doesn't love you or it's not supportive and it hurts you massively. For others of you, it's a metaphor of attraction but not love. I'm telling you. For some of you, yes, you've had love options in the past that weren't love options. It was just straight up attraction. And for some of you, that Emperor represents times where attraction has existed, but no love. Love was never an option with folks in the past that you may have been attracted to, but there was no emotional component with. And you were either wanted it that way, or that's something that you've experienced in the past where you know you've been attracted, but love wasn't a question, ever. And that's disappointed you before. Perhaps you've disappointed others because this Emperor, while the attraction might have existed for him, he was not emotionally available to any of them, so you could have disappointed others. This could have been you being disappointed. Just because you were attracted to other people doesn't mean that they necessarily loved you. You see what I'm saying? And that's a huge contrast to whatever this is. You seem to know that this person loves you, and they do. They exist authentically through their heart space. I think I've made that very clear. They don't do anything without love behind it, and that includes the connections they have with people. So there's something here about a precedence. I'm seeing it, whatever this side note is, I apologize. I can't peg it down further. I have two options for you, and for some of you, it's a combination of both. So pay attention. Whatever that side note is. Again, unrelated to this. I'm sorry, and I'm a depth reader. I try to make sense of things. There you go. That's the consequence. I don't do fast food tarot. The combination, or one of these two. One, somebody surrounds you, but they're not emotionally available to you. And they should be, but they're not. They don't love you anymore, or they don't consider your feelings anymore, or they're no longer emotionally supportive. You know this, and it affects you, and it hurts you deeply. Second, you are someone who has had attraction in the past to other people, but not necessarily love. It was never a love thing. It was just straight up attraction. And you've either disappointed other people because you're not emotionally available to them. It was just attraction. Or they were never emotionally available to you, and it was just attraction. There you go. For some of you, it's both. I hope I clarified that. Okay. Why it's here? It's to serve as a reflection of this. And backs up that spiritual lesson. This is supposed to be in your life. Like, remember that, Virgo. You may not know where it's going. Not yet. You don't have all that knowledge yet. But it was meant to be in your life. You two are very much alike. There's a reason why you're resisting this as your sun. It would just be easier, right? But every time you try to dismiss it as making you happy, it comes into conflict with what you actually feel. So we want the cooperation of friendship. You want to know how? You'll figure it out. And it has everything to do with you being, this is what I understand, I feel. So if you've been in enough scenarios where you've been disappointed over and over again by love, and you've become emotionally numb, and it was just attraction and there was no love, or you've been in a long-term relationship where you just feel emotionally numb, or they feel emotionally numb to you, you can lose sight of what strength of feeling can look like. You can lose sight of what strength of feeling feels like, and then speaking towards it. We get rusty with these things. It's like, I wasn't expecting to have these kind of feelings so late in the game or under these conditions. You know, and we have what you might call a relearning curve, but you know, honey, once you've mastered that bike, it doesn't matter if it's been 10 years, you'll eventually reacclimate. So it's almost like you're trying to understand again emotional equations with people and the strength of them, because it seems like you have a very strong comparator here. Okay. And I don't know if it's in love, I just know that it's love. And so long as you can speak from, this is what I do know I feel, whatever this is, it seems to be worth having in your life. And Spirit says it's supposed to be stupid. Southern, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be. You'll figure it out. It's supposed to be. What role it will play later, I don't know. I want to do your next 3 months already and find out. I do. I'm very curious. I'm nosy. I'm very nosy. I'm very curious. I'm very curious. Okay. The timeline speaks for itself. Thus, there will be no time checks. It's not necessary. What is this? I don't know why I got this one. We just did Intimate Tarot. What? There's something in here I'm supposed to see. Okay. You got it, Chief. What am I supposed to... Okay. Queen of Swords, the Sun. You have to know that there's the Sun again. You have to know and be determined to understand and allow yourself to understand that there's warmth here, genuine warmth between you and this person. The Sun touches you both in the same way, in the same place, at the same time, in terms of feeling an energetic exchange. Warmth. There's a huge generosity of warmth here in this connection. And love, but we have to know this. We have to know this, and they're also telling me to tell you they know that. They already did. There will be movement energetically, I believe, at first Cancer season. And that's when I see your energy becoming more consolidated towards this for what looks like connectivity in July. Possibly. Here we go again. I told you. Again, pretty good, right? Cancer season, Leo season. It's pretty darn succinct. It's pretty darn succinct. Yeah, we felt really bad about this. We kind of have this behavior pattern where it becomes too difficult, we shut it down, or we won't address it. Okay, somebody here has a pattern, devil, Nine of Wands, that if things get too hard, they get too complicated, they just shut it down out of fear, or it's a pattern, or I'm just trying to avoid it. Somebody is attached to that particular pattern. Okay, if it's too hard, I'm not going to talk about it. I won't talk about it. I'll just shut it down. And yet, despite that, this is where you keep coming into conflict. Even though you're saying it's a pain in the ass and I don't want to talk about it, it's too hard, I don't want to address it, I'm still manifesting it. See, that's that conflict of trying to reject what you want, but what you want is so much bigger than the rejection behind it. Yeah. Okay. Righty-roo. I think that about covers it. Oh. I love you unconditionally. Yeah, I know that person loves you. They don't dispute that. Whatever it is that might have gone down, or I don't know why that lover's energy between you two is playing out a certain way, but it is. And I do know that they love you as you are, the way you are. Whatever went down is irrelevant. If you speak from the heart and they agree, and it looks like they do, and you're both authentic, well, that's what unconditional love is. You know? That's it, really. Yeah. You'll figure it out. I watch you with your family? What's that? I watch you with your family. Sometimes somebody watches the other person. Somebody, they see the other person with their family a lot, or with their kid. Maybe they have kids. Somebody's got kids. We're talking about social media updates where you can kind of see the other person, or that they can see you and what you're up to. Yeah, I watch you with your family. Oh. I mean, I know that sounds stalkerish, but it's also kind of like, oh. I know, it's that thing that we're not done with it. I regret my choices. I regret my choices. Yeah, for some of you that was the case where there might have been attraction to other people, but not necessarily emotional development or emotional anything. And I don't know why that would be coming into play, but it might have been a poor reflection on somebody else. Whatever those choices are, if indeed there's unconditional love here, and I do believe that there is, so long as it's spoken through love, nothing can't be fixed through love. Okay, we just need to know what we're feeling, and that usually, if they're an asshole and they don't hear your feelings, then they're probably not worth it. This doesn't look like that to me. If somebody's really listening to you through unconditional love, they will understand. I don't know what your relationship will be after that. I just see you two working through things, and that you have good conversation, and that you both feel really good about it, and that this person's meant to be your life for a reason, and it has something to do with the long term attached to it. Okay, please acknowledge me. I know, they will. They will. They will. You're going to have to be direct, but yeah, they will. I'm learning so much from you. Somebody's learning a lot from the other person. That means somebody's highly visible. I don't know how to explain that, but somebody's highly visible. In order to be learning from them, they have to be visible, or perhaps you two work together in very close proximity. Like I said, I know that you two have overlapping communities, that you're both well-founded and you both touch many people's lives. So there is a very good chance you two run in the same circles, or you can get on a feedback loop through work, conferences, meetings, media, social media, co-workers, colleagues that you check in with on that person. It's pretty easy to get that kind of feedback loop when you're that close, or you work that closely, or you share such, again, strong circles. Okay. I'm learning some. This is very sweet, honey. This is very sweet. I replay our conversations over and over again. I feel like that's them. I don't know why. I just do. I feel like they replay the conversations in their head a great deal. I can't stop thinking about you. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. One of my favorite GNR, Guns N' Roses. Think about you. I like that. It's a very simple ballad. It's a very simple structure. I think about you. I think about you. This time my heart says yes. I think about you. Deep inside, I love you best. Damn, that is such just a simple, brilliant, strong song. The best ones are. I think that's it. I don't know why I keep shuffling. I hope that one day you can forgive me, honey. 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 You know, forgiveness might be at play here. Okay. You, them, they, you. If it's a lover's bond, then there's a good chance you both fucked up in some way. Okay. And that's what it looks like it is to me. That's what unconditional loving is. No matter choices made in the past, or on the side, or around, in between you two, around you two, if it's a true lover's union, that where the intention is not harm, but good intentions. I mean to love you, and I mean to put the best of myself into this because I genuinely care about you. And I can say that because I know I love you. Okay. So long as that's coming from a real place between two people, forgiveness will be in there somewhere. It's not for little petty, low-level connections where it's just attraction and no love. Okay? You may not have experienced something like this before. It seems to be deeply embedded in your life in some way. That's okay. That's supposed to be. And while it's currently at a disadvantage physically, it does reemerge. And it's light, easy, beautiful. Take it for what it is at that moment. And what it looks like in future is what it looks like in future. Okay? Okay. Do we need charms? Do we need charms? What is this? What? They keep telling me to look over. What? This is the Kipper. What is this? What? Adjudication. 30th. I don't know if the 30th is important. The number 3, adjudication. Is it right? Is it right? Weighing up the scales. Is this correct? I'm listening. You're doing a pros and cons thing. Is this right? Is this not right? Is this right? Is this fair? Are the intentions good? Is this correct? Am I speaking authentically? Leaving this alone. Is that the right thing to do? Moving forward. Sudden wealth. Imprisonment. Some of you feel trapped. Yeah, July is a heavy reference point. I'm not saying sudden. Don't get me wrong. There might be some spontaneous wealth coming in for somebody around that time over the summer. But what I'm saying is 777. Okay. And it feels we're at that moment between imprisonment and telling ourselves one thing, and we feel locked in our head and in our hearts about it. And we can relate the 29th for some reason is important. It seems to be some sort of reference point is the 29th. I don't know why. Encaging, prison. Sometimes we feel trapped. You're always working so hard to avoid poverty. It's so interesting because you pulled the Emperor twice. I don't see you as being impoverished at all. I think many of you work so hard because you're afraid of poverty. Being left behind. And you feel like, you feel like a lot of responsibility rides on you as the main male. You're the main male. For some of you are expected to provide, and there's a constant stress in that. And part of that lends to this feeling of imprisonment. Okay, that it's your particular role. You can't escape it, and you're always in this position of having to weigh things up. When really sometimes you just very much want to speak from the heart. Okay. It's looking like love has been a role that you have not felt particularly comfortable in for a long time. Regardless of any kind of connections you do or do not have, relationships you do or do not have, or commitments that you do or do not have, for some reason your heart feels like it's been not in play in the way that you've wanted for a long time. And there's something here about this connection that puts it in a certain level of rights, that you were supposed to be connected to it, and therefore connected to your heart space in ways that are different, challenging, unique. And to the background of all this, an immense pressure to be that emperor who on the inside is terrified like a child of poverty, who has been forced to work at a very young age. And there's always that sense of responsibility attached to them. And it doesn't give your heart much room to express itself. And then all these important things about understanding the sun and forgiveness and unconditional love and choices made, it gets lost, in the day-to-day translation of who you are and what is a priority to you. And there's just a lot of pressure on you, a lot of pressure. I think what you're looking for is a kind of release from this ongoing sense of imprisonment, and somebody who represents a lot more of that emotional freedom. That connection, in other words, is important to you. It lends to you. It doesn't take away from you. And it seems to be that it's meant to be in your life, no matter how you two design it or designate it. However, not all of it's been realized in terms of future. Okay, we're going to stop there. I think that's more than enough. It looks like, yeah, for some of you, there is marriage, but it's not with this person. And sometimes that feels like an imprisonment. I know you look so smart. Some of you look so smart on your wedding day. Tall, standing upright, smiling. And it feels like you've been working ever since. It feels like you've been working ever since. Oh, honey. And then, right behind that was courtship. The softness of rediscovering your heart space. That's for some of you. Okay. I think that's more than enough, honey. The next round of 3-month will be in 3 months. Most likely October. Well, for October. Okay. That's enough of that. I think this is very straightforward. Congratulations on all your work endeavors. It looks like it's coming down. It was highly productive and everyone seems to be happy. There's a lot to be learned from it. You got through it. Your energy's starting to relax remarkably around July. You're still cleaning things up, but for the most part, everybody's happy, healthy, productive. You got through it, and that's when your energy's kind of like, okay, I can get back to this, and it is an important piece to you. I think you needed time to brew on it, energetically speaking. I think you needed more time to give yourself so you could stop fighting this construct of it doesn't mean anything or it's not important. Yes, it is. It will fall into place when you speak from an authentic place or they speak to you. I am assigning it to you. I see your energy going outward, but again, it could be coming to you. Most likely it's you, though. And you two are reconnecting well in a healthy way, in an authentic way, and in a sincere way. And whatever it is that you two experience, you're working through it for a place of real unconditional love and respect for each other's limitations as people, past whatever. It seems to be working through very well. Okay? I see the old grievances down here, and that's what we're working through. And then in your judgment, it's like this person's supposed to be in your life. It's supposed to challenge you. It's not meant to be straightforward. If it was straightforward, it'd be like everything else you've ever experienced, and you already know how to handle that, don't you? I don't know what that is. I've already given you the two scenarios that are most likely, and for some of you it's a combination of those two. Okay? That, I do not know. I don't know what the long-term result of that is. Okay, I hope this helped you, honey. Put in the comments as you see fit. I will see you in approximately 2 weeks for your next reading. I do not know what it is just yet. Take care. Be well.